Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here, playing Quantum Break. In this video, I'll be previewing a large portion of the game, almost 40 minutes of gameplay, and there's a follow-up video that's a 25-minute live action show. So I'll be showing you Act 1, this is Part 2, 3, as well as the end of Act 1 all together. So I'll be going in and out of commentary for you guys to be able to follow with the story, but also explain the game mechanics as they happen. Keep in mind we have skipped a little bit of the introduction in this video, but let's start off with a cutscene.
Your hands. Gotta keep moving. No! Jack, you just... What just... Go. Move.
So in that cutscene, we basically just learned that we have the ability to somewhat control time, although we don't really know how we did it. If you pay attention to the subtitles and the text on screen, well, you'll notice that Jack seems as though he's reminiscing and talking about a past event, which can give you some clues as to how the story is told.
What I just did back there. What the hell is happening?
That's what I'm telling you.
Not in the right language.
I'll try to explain, but we have to go. Explosion make time go bad. If time is an egg, then that egg is fucking broken. The time egg is fucked.
What? Why is there an egg in this?
There's a fracture in time. It's breaking down, leading to the end of time, and door.
What?
Locked. They cut my security clearance. Ah! That didn't help.
Stand back. I'll get it open.
Once we burst into this room, we'll notice some enemies coming by. This is the first kind of, I'll call it an interactive cutscene, in which it is very storytelling based and driven, although you do have some control over your character and your character's movement. This is quite a linear part of the game. We're actually going to get up into the next room and have a little bit of combat. Until then, I'll let some of the story tell itself.
The universal symbol for shut the fuck up and listen to me.
Sound logic is always... Shh. You...
No, what? I don't know. You're on this side. We sure you didn't head back up to the lab? You could have gone back and tried to take the service elevator out of there.
This doesn't make any sense. How?
Orders are to keep...
Why are you even here?
That's your biggest concern right now?
To flush him out.
Paul brought me here to clean up your mess.
My mess? Do you even...
I can't see shit back there. I may have to go behind.
Fuck.
Enter team. Target spotted exiting the service elevator.
You heard her. Let's go.
You have no context for any of this, Jack. You weren't here. A lot happens in 6 years. This is bigger than us. Can't make it personal.
They're trying to kill us, Will. It's pretty goddamn personal.
Listen, getting you involved is the last thing I wanted. I'm sorry.
Right.
Now, let's take a second to talk about the collectibles. Yes, there are collectibles in this game. I'll explain them in a different video more in depth, but in this video, just to be very simple, they're basically things that add to the narrative of the story. They give you a little bit of backstory, a little bit of lore, and explain the world of Quantum Break in depth for those who want to really read into it, and they're just simply collectibles for those looking to get 100%. The menu does have a collectibles tracker for every mission and every part of every act, so you'll want to keep that in mind that you can track those through the menu. And there's different things like computers, media, newspapers, posters you can interact with, as well as quantum ripples, which there's actually going to be one in the next room, which are really cool, and I'll explain that a little bit better. We're going to go into our first combat sequence. I'm going to let some in-game audio come in and then join you back after.
Will, get out!
Oh, God. Target's armed. Opening fire.
Pin him down! Yeah, I know. Jesus.
Go, go, go! Weapons
you-
free!
Will, stay down.
Put down the gun, Joyce!
So as you can see, there is this cool effect when you take out the last enemy in a room, it goes into like a slow-mo. Other than that, there are physics on everything, so if you want to pile bodies and kick them around, you can do that, just like I'm doing on screen right here. On the right-hand side of my screen coming up, there is a whiteboard with a formula on it, and this is a quantum ripple. This is a interactable object in the world that will actually affect and change the live action show. If you don't interact with this, nothing will happen in that show. But if you do interact, there will be a small glimpse of whatever you're doing coming up in that show. So here I'm basically fixing a formula on a board, and then in the episode, which I'll be linking in a different video just after this one, you'll notice that there's going to be two scientists talking about the formula and how the formula was altered and magically solved overnight, and they don't know how it happened. So that's the type of stuff that can happen with quantum ripples. That's a very basic example. You know, that's what we have available to us in Act 1. So now I did pick up an SMG from one of the enemies that we just killed, and we're gonna take out this next group of enemies. Now, keep in mind, we don't have any time or any cool effects or superpowers quite yet, so the combat is quite basic.
Time's acting up again. Did you hear that? They know our names. They knew we'd be here.
Must be after the machine. The elevator. It's the only way out.
Next up, I wanted to quickly show you some destructibility of the computers, and then I'll let the game play for a little bit.
We can't go to your car. Monarch could be expecting that.
We have to, Jack. It's important. To fix the fracture, we need to get to my car.
Okay, just walk me through this, Will. Okay, time's broken. Fine. But now you're saying we could fix it?
In theory, I built something for such an event years ago. But finding the countermeasure won't be easy.
The countermeasure? What's... Okay.
What happened?
Maybe the door's still open. Let me try.
Oh!
Will? Oh, crap. Frozen again.
Somehow I could focus and unfreeze Will, even if the world was still frozen.
Stunner. She was right.
So I've managed to completely free time and somehow get William unfrozen. Now I can walk up to the guards and literally take their guns out of their hands and do that one by one, picking up their ammo and leaving them completely defenseless. You can also find a collectible right here on the table if you so are interested, and you'll notice that there is a counter at the top of the screen for how many you have in this part of the game.
Stunner collapses.
Where's your car?
This way.
So now that we're coming outside, we can see the state of the university campus as we froze time. We can see that there's a lot of chaos, a lot of people running away, and a lot of Monarch guards trying to tackle people. Now, because we unfroze William, we tried to unfreeze this girl who we spoke to earlier. However, we noticed that, unfortunately, it doesn't work, so we have to leave her behind, and I guess we'll deal with the consequences of that later.
It may have to do with chronon exposure. Look at them all. It's a goddamn invasion. What are they doing? Why? They're taking everybody, every witness to what they've done. We can get to the parking lot through the lecture hall.
You said you were prepared for this. You knew it was gonna happen. How?
Beth Wilder. It's complicated. I'll explain in the car. Through this door. Stuff is collapsed. For now. Oh no, no. My car. They're patrolling the parking lot. Oh god, it's...
Okay. Okay, Will. Calm down, okay?
So we've been making our way to the parking lot because William thinks that he can fix this problem if he got something that was in his car. Although we'll notice by looking through the window that the Monarch guards are patrolling the parking lot. So this is going to be our first real kind of combat area, and we're going to actually learn our first skill in just a second here.
Here. You'll need the keys. Hey, Jack. Be careful.
Yeah, okay, I will.
As soon as we exit outside, we are taught that we can press the Y button for time vision. Now, time vision is a little bit of a passive ability or skill, and all it does is allow us to scan the area for enemies as well as items like ammo in the world. The thing about time vision is as soon as you start moving, it stops working. So you'll have to use that mechanic to your favor and make sure you know what you're doing.
Had to pick this one. Alright, where's your car, Will?
Once all the enemies are dead, we realize that using time vision can actually let us see into the past, and we can even see him exiting the car and talking to himself. However, when we do approach the car, we can notice that things aren't quite that simple.
I hope to God I'm not too late.
That's... I'm seeing the past.
I hope to God I'm not too late.
There we go. Oh, shit!
Something clicked. I could reach out and stop time in a focused area.
You don't know what you're doing.
So we've just learned our next ability. This one's called Time Stop, which allows us to stop time in a focused area and then use a lot of our bullets on that enemy while they're frozen in time. Or we can just stop them and flank them so that when they come out of it, they'll be completely vulnerable. You can use this in a variety of ways. Get creative, use your imagination. I'll let you guys see some gameplay of Time Stop in use.
I need to get to Will. He's in trouble.
You're Jack Joyce.
Where is he? Where's my brother?
They're taking him to the library. You might still be able to catch them.
Why are you helping me? You're with them.
It's more complicated than... Look, I don't know if you can make it, but you should hurry.
That's the first time you saw Beth Wilder.
Yeah, but definitely not the first time she saw me.
Will!
So we're gonna use our time vision here to see what happened in this room and what happened to William and where we need to go in order to kind of find him.
Supposed to take William Joyce alive if he doesn't put up a fight.
Please, let me go. I can...
Shut the hell up. Look, just shut the fuck up, all right? Boss said to take him to the library. Wants to deal with this one first.
So, we've just learned our newest ability. This one's called Time Dodge, and it allows us to sprint across the room and dodge as time is completely still. This is very useful for enemies with grenades, enemies with rockets, anything you need to dodge that is an imminent danger to you, and obviously stopping time while you're dodging, extremely useful to flank as well. So I'll be using a little bit of Time Dodge and then combining it with Time Stop and all the other abilities all at once coming up here.
We're moving in! Go, go, go!
Gotta get to the library. That's where they're taking him.
I thought it would be cool to mention that if you shoot the paintings down, they do fall off the wall, and we'll actually learn our next ability in the next room, and it has to do with that time dodge we just learned. But basically, obviously the time dodge slows down time. So if we aim down sight immediately after time dodging, time will still be slow enough that we can get a few shots off during the time dodge while nobody is moving. I'm going to try to show you that in this next room here, as well as more time stop and maybe even a couple of time visions.
Lights are out across the whole damn...
Stay in formation down here. You'll come to us.
Yeah, I will. Okay, gotta get to the library.
Why are you taking me here?
It's a library. I need to return some fucking books. HQ, we've got William Joyce in the library. Waiting orders. Over?
Will, they took him to the library.
So this section of the game actually caught me off guard. It surprised me because it's almost a little bit like a puzzle platforming type section. Now obviously I don't know, nor could I tell you how many of these there are in the game, but you actually have to figure out a way to get into the facility because you can't get through the front gate. It's too high, it has barbed wire, and it's locked. So we learned that we can jump. Oddly enough, you actually learned that you can jump after many of your time abilities. So I thought that was a little bit funny. Usually jumping is one of the first things you learn in a game. But we have to get up onto the scaffolding, and how are we going to do that? Well, first we're going to get distracted by a collectible. In this case, it's a media, so it's a radio. Media can be a variety of things, obviously, like I said. In this case, a radio. We tune into the radio and unlock that collectible, available in our collectibles menu at a later date if we want to. So we'll notice that we have to get up onto the scaffolding. How are we going to get there? We're definitely going to use this chain of events, but unfortunately, as soon as we touch the scissor lift, is that a scissor lift? I'll call it a scissor lift, although someone will correct me if I'm wrong. As soon as we touch it, it starts going down. So how are we going to get across? Well, let's use our time stop. It stops time in a focused area, and that's a focused area, so we're going to shoot it and jump across. Obviously, beautiful, it works. Climb up the ladder into the library, and let's go from there.
This is Airlift Prime. We've got the Time Machine Core in transit.
Hey! Hands where I can see!
What the hell is going on around here?
HQ, we've got William Joyce in the library. Awaiting orders.
They got him.
Over.
I wonder where the brother is.
The skeleton crew and wait for arrival of Monarch Actual. Everybody else needs to reunite at Dry Docks Cronin extraction grounds. Wait for further orders there. Library is set to flow in 5 minutes.
Jack, run!
Yet another new ability, Time Shield. Press B, you make a shield. Very simple. If you don't know what a shield is in a video game, play some more video games. It's pretty basic. I'm going to try to use all of my skills in this room. Take out all the enemies. Enjoy.
Will, you alright?
Define all right.
You're fine. I got a whole new batch of messed up shit I need you to explain.
Get me out of here first. We have to hurry. Where's my car?
I didn't like the color. Let's get a new one.
What? No, Jack. I need the...
Hold that thought.
My briefcase was in that car.
Who is this guy? Man down!
think so.
Please, Jack, help! We have to get to my briefcase. Then we find Beth Wilder.
Why? Who is she?
She knows about the fracture. I trust her.
Glad you trusted somebody.
It's not that simple, Jack. I kept secrets from you to keep you safe.
Safe? Look around you, Will. Does this feel safe to you?
This isn't my fault. Beth warned me this would happen. I did everything in my power to stop it.
But you never told me any of this.
I couldn't just...
How long have you known?
We don't have time for this now, Jack. We have to get to that briefcase.
So, we've saved William, I've picked up a shotgun, and now we want to exit. But if only video games were that simple. Unfortunately, shit happens, and it's never that simple. So, go ahead and watch.
Jack!
Paul?
Jack, we gotta go.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, Jack.
Paul, what happened to you? What are you doing?
Only what's necessary.
Think about this. You don't know what's at stake.
I know exactly what's at stake. That's why I'm here. You believe you can stop what's coming? I'm giving you one chance to change your mind. This path, it's already said it can't be changed. The past, the future, I've seen it. I've lived it. For 17 years.
17 years. It was you, the first experiment.
Come with me and we can see this through. Or hold on to your hope and burn with it.
Now listen, I built a device. I can stop this. I can.
You can't.
This is madness. There's no harm in trying.
There is. That's why I can't risk you opposing me, Will. It doesn't have to end like this.
We can't just let this happen. I'll never stop trying.
It took me years to come to terms with what must be done. But we don't have years.
Wait.
Trigger. I never wanted this.
You're not going.
My name is Paul Serene. I founded Monarch Solutions 17 years ago with a very clear purpose. There are those who would question my actions. I'm recording this as a final statement of vindication, a testimony of how things came to be. I've always been devoted to my mission. Never deterred from my goal, no matter the sacrifice. Because I've seen where this leads. I've seen where it all ends.
We have a problem. No word from Jack Joyce's transport. It should have arrived here by now. We may have a traitor on the inside. You're due for your treatment. I'll find who's behind this.
Find Jack. That's our priority. Get your best man on it.
There's more. As you know, Jack's level of interference led to unexpected complications. Witnesses from the university were transported here. You need to take a look. We can't afford any further obstacles at this stage of the plan. Now, I see two options. We could use force, remove any loose ends. But if those witnesses disappear,
the public will start asking questions.
All clear, sir.
So this is a bit of a storytelling mission. This is a junction. As you saw before this part of the game, it did say end of Act 1. So for the most part, Act 1 is done. This is kind of a little bit of an ender. It wraps things up, and it's actually one of the cooler parts of the game. So I'm going to first pick up this trophy, which is a Quantum Ripple. Paul Serene, the guy I'm playing currently, says that he wants it in his office. So hopefully when we watch the live action show, we can spot that goat somewhere in the office. Now there's also 2 collectibles in this area, so we'll try to find them along the way. Basically, all of this stuff is just kind of storyteller, buffer, kind of building the world of Quantum Break. It doesn't really have a lot to do with gameplay or necessarily doing something action-packed and keeping you, crazy focused on, killing bad guys or anything. This is a little bit of a builder, a storyteller, a world builder. So yeah, at the very end, we are faced with our first junction of the game. And junctions are explained, but basically, we are given 2 options, and we have to pick one of the 2 options in order to progress the story forward. And these are big choice points. If you don't choose, or if you choose something you don't like, it can affect the game in the future. So our first option here is how we're going to deal with this girl. We can choose the hardline approach or the PR approach. They might be wondering, what is each approach and how does it affect the world? Well, luckily, we can preview both approaches and then decide what we want to go with. I'm going to first preview the hardline approach and then preview the PR approach and then figure out which one I want to use.
My powers grew stronger even as the Chronon syndrome worsened. I could choose a path that would become the actual future, but it wasn't optional. The moment wouldn't end until I made up my mind. Any potential threats to our plan need to be erased.
Wait!
Monarch would take a hardline approach. Crush all obstacles, eliminate all witnesses. It would be harsh. But I had made hard choices for the greater good before.
I dug through the area and I found everything I could on your bro. This is messed up, man. I trusted Monarch.
But the people of Riverport would turn against us.
You murderer!
Our secrets would be safe, but the public would hate us, and Jack would gain new allies.
Monarch's got no authority to stop you, and you tell that to everybody on that bridge.
Initialize a PR campaign.
I want a sting.
And that violence was because of Jack Joyce.
Monarch would take a PR-friendly approach and manipulate the public into siding with us. Our lies would give us control.
The manhunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce.
Hey, somebody's sneaking around down there. Hey! I think that's Jack Joyce!
We'd use the media to expose, then hunt for Jack.
I uploaded all the files I stole on that USB stick from the Monarch security station.
But the eyewitnesses would be out there, and Jack would learn our secrets.
So after being faced with both of those options, while I was on stream, I picked the PR approach, but as I was recording this video, I decided to select the hardline approach. and then the act actually finally ends, and then it begins the live action show, which I've included in a separate video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to like the video and share it with a friend. Shout out to Heron Giggles as well as DocCupcake84. Check them out on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I see you guys next time. Peace.
Please stop. Please. Help me.
Jack! There's no other way out. I'm going through the machine.
Oh, wait. No! Jack! This way! Jack!
I use my power to guide us, to decide how to best prepare for the inevitable end of time. That gives the chosen few a chance to survive. I've seen the end of time.